Hi friends, welcome to 30 Days of Paper Napkins. Today's paper napkin and a cube. So for my cube I found this Rubik's Cube. It's not quite the brand Rubik's Cube, but it is a Rubik's Cube. So I started to gesso it. I think I pulled off most of the plastic pieces that were over the paper. I was going to peel the paper off, but I thought I would leave the paper on as a guide. And any pieces of plastic that I did miss, I just pulled them off as I was going along. So I was just gessoing all the little squares, trying not to get on the black too much, like on the edges where the tape or the sticker is not. So I did a couple layers of gesso on them. I didn't want the colors to come through on some of the lighter paper napkins that I've chosen. So that's what I've done, just do a few layers. And what I did was I did around the cube, the first round, and then where I have my fingers on the top and the bottom of my thumb is that I did that after. So it just took my time and enjoyed the process of just kind of gessoing and doing nothing but gessoing. So at the bottom there you can see where I start peeling, and I'm like, I don't think I like that texture. It is a little bit of a different texture, even though I'm going to cover it. I thought it'd be just better just to leave them on, make sure I take the sheen or whatever they had, a kind of a plastic peel on it. So I just took that off. I used my heat tool to dry it off, and yeah, this project worked pretty good. I was a little worried about it, but it worked pretty good. So I just used Artist Loft gesso, and now I'm using paper napkins. So I'm using my Mod Podge here, and I'm just Mod Podging it all. So, and then I just place my napkin down. I use a little bit of Mod Podge on top. So I'm just kind of keeping them in the squares at this point, because this is my first time doing it, so I'm not sure what I'm doing. Cut around. So trying to keep it, let it dry a little bit, and go into my next spot. I did cut it a little bit here with this craft knife. The more you let it dry, the easier it is to cut, just to let you know the edges so I can twist it still. So I did again the Mod Podge, and another layer of napkin that I chose, that I've used here, again with the Mod Podge on top, and cutting it away and all that kind of stuff, just as I did just a second ago. A little bit more sloppy with the Mod Podge, but that was okay because I kind of figured, hey, that's going to get cut away anyway. So now I'm doing the Mod Podge again on top, and I found this, my silhouette. I think I have one more of these left. It was given to me in Happy Meal, or yeah, I think it was Happy Meal. So I have 3 of these. Whoop, there goes my oven, my timer. Sorry guys. Thank you, Chloe. So I have 3 of these, what was I saying? 3 of these done now, and I'm just kind of cutting away in the center here. I actually really didn't need to do this, but this was my first time doing it, so I kind of just was playing around and kind of learning as I'm going. So I can still move them, which is really great. Now, yeah, I think I'm just cutting away at them a little bit here. I kind of learned what I'm supposed to do. Since there's a little bit of a space around the stickers, I learned that just cutting along there is perfectly fine to get the little strip out. And you'll see that I'm doing that as I move on with my next bunch. Chloe, can you take it out of the oven, please? Sorry, guys. Anyway, we got dinner ready. So here I am. What am I doing? Okay, so I got my glue stick out at this point. Now I want to try both ways. So I use my glue stick, do the same thing, and cut around. And I just mushed the glue stick all over on the top surface. Did the same thing, got it on all my squares really good, and cut around. And I did this 3 times as well, to see what the difference was and what was easier. Let me tell you, sorry about the background sound, the glue stick was way easier. So if I do this project again, I will definitely use the glue stick rather than just the gesso on the bottom. The gesso on top is enough. Now here I'm starting to cut a little square out. Well, it's like along the edges where you see when you're normally playing Rubik's Cube, there's a little black edge around the color pieces, and so I'm cutting just a little small strips there to keep this where the center is clear, so I can twist it and whatnot. You hear the dogs walking, I'm sorry about that. Okay, so I got some gesso on the edges too, so as well you'll see me scraping a little bit of the gesso off the edge just so it looks nicer. Anywhere where there's a little bit of paper napkin sticking up, I just do the little stick glue and push it down, and it's perfect. It worked perfectly. So this project was I was really worried about it because I didn't think I was going to be able to do it and move it. I added some gold on it. I love gold. Gold, Nikki. Gold. So I put some gold on it. I did this as kind of treated as a mixed media project without anything sticking out. So I want to be able to move it if someone ever decided to play with it and move it. It would work. Then I stamped it up with my script stamp and added some inks, and I really like that. You can't see too much here, but you'll see, I think, in the pictures that I'll add at the end. I did some teal here to kind of antique it or something. I like that blue, that tealy blue in there. It looks really cool. And I think I add a little bit more gold. There I go. Playing around with it. And this is like in the middle of the night that I am recording, so it's quite dark. Now I put a little bit of a gloss Mod Podge on there. And I don't put gloppy, it's really little bit on the brush because I don't want any dropping in between. And after I dried it, I tested it, everything was working perfectly. I'm so happy. I was just careful on making sure that no glopping glue, and that was it. I hope you guys like this mixed media cube and give it a try. Thanks everyone. Bye bye.